Hello and welcome to Yesteryear's Mac Games. Today we're taking a look at a particularly fun top-down space shooter titled TheZone. TheZone was let loose into the Mac shareware world in 1995, while the version we are looking at here dates from 1999. The game's plot, readable in the About section of the main menu, is the tried and tested oppressive empire versus freedom-fighting rebels scenario. A key scientist entrusts you with the inertial fighter, with which to destroy the Empire's orbiting stations. The inertial fighter is of course your ship. It's bright red and sits slap bang in the middle of the screen at all times. Everything moves around you, with your own movement simulated by the scrolling pixels in the background. The first two waves see you destroying asteroids, which drop vital speed and ammo power-ups. It's key to collect these, as without them, you're slow and have a very limited number of shots. While the sprite for the ammo power-up is a recognisable revolver clip, to me, the thruster power-up looks like a flotation aid. It's possible to max these stats before Wave 3, which is important, as that's when attacking enemies start to spawn. Here on in, asteroids start dropping peanut-shaped power-ups, which if grey, enhance the strength of your cannons, and if green, grant you handy single-use items. The objective of each stage is to destroy all the bases in the play area. These are the white UFO-like objects. They are unaggressive unless shot, at which point they will launch small defender enemies and request larger attack crafts from other bases. Try and keep your distance, as bumping into them really hurts. The zone's pacing is good, with more powerful enemies and power-ups appearing as the waves progress. Hopefully by Wave 4 you'll have collected enough grey peanuts for a fully upgraded cannon. The strength is displayed by the colour of the shots, starting at yellow and progressing through blue to green and finally red. The same power-up can also toggle the firing pattern. Being able to fire 3 bullets in various directions at the same time really helps the speed at which you can dispatch enemies, as your ship's manoeuvrability is not so good, and the hostiles weave like you wouldn't believe. Later waves see very high number of enemies, stronger defenders, better power-ups, and those horrible variation of bases called headquarters. These fire a barrage of missiles at you, which have a very strong knockback effect. The game's object collision physics means that when things bump into one another, they trade speeds in which they are travelling. So while headquarters mostly start stationary, if an asteroid clonks into it, it'll become mobile and considerably more dangerous. If you find yourself stuck in the middle of two of these gits, they will launch you back and forth like a ping pong ball until your shield inevitably runs out and you go bang. I have the most fun when situations get completely out of hand, with enemies swarming at you from all directions, and numerous collisions seeing you change direction every other second. Often, you can wrestle back control, only to restart the chaos almost instantly by accidentally shooting a base with some stray shots that were supposed to destroy the last defender, thus spawning in more hostiles. System requirements are modest, with the game running on latest 68K and all power PC processors. The minimum Macintosh OS is System 7.1. There's no music aside from the Wave Complete jingle, and the sounds are minimalistic. The sprites are quite nice, and according to the README file, were generated on an Amiga. One nice little touch is that the game keeps track of how many of each objects you've blown up in your best round. Overall, I would consider TheZone a must-play for anyone with an old Mac looking for something to do with it. A typical game for me takes about half an hour, and it really does have a high replay value. So, if a fast-paced space shooter sounds like your cup of tea, definitely give it a try. You can find a download link in the video description. Thanks for watching.